girls, and if you're not a girl, then hi guy watching a random advice video, and if you are a guy, then of course you could also submit advice questions to the little advice column. I don't really know what to call this, so right now I'm just calling it advice, colon, and then whatever the advice is about. But if you have a really good title for me that you think I should use because you're more creative than me, then go ahead and tell me. Okay, so today's question comes from Whale Lover 1231. So I'm going to read what she said, and yeah. Okay. But by the way, thank you for saying that you love my videos. Okay. Alright, so this is what she says. I think I'm going to break up with my boyfriend. I have a few reasons. First, being that I have some serious issues with myself and I need to focus on them because they are quite serious, and I need help that I could only give myself. My other reason is that I'm just not ready. We have only been dating for a month, and he told me that he wants to be together for 5 years. We aren't even into high school yet. He also told me that he loved me, and I said it back because I thought that I loved him, and now I don't. And so, I'm tired of lying to him, to everyone, to myself. I can't do it anymore. So now that you have heard the whole backstory, the issue is, should I put off breaking up with him? I was thinking of waiting until Christmas break so I don't have to see him at school the next day. And is it okay to tell him over text? I'm just so afraid. I don't know if I can in person. Are these even good reasons to break up with someone, or am I just being stupid? Help! So first off, I'm going to answer the part where you say, are these reasons stupid? I find that as long as you're finding these issues to actually be important to you, they aren't stupid because they're actually things that are like, really bothering you. So being in a relationship and not saying anything and kind of just, like letting it rock and staying in the relationship just for the sake of staying in the relationship when something is really bothering you actually doesn't make sense. So in my opinion, it would kind of be stupid for you to stay in the relationship because something's obviously bothering you, and if it's bothering you to the point of actually thinking about breaking up, chances are you really don't want to be in that relationship, and you even said that you really don't want to be in the relationship because you're not ready. To give a little backstory about myself, whatchamacallit, there have been times when I was in a relationship and I just wasn't ready, but I was just in the relationship to be in a relationship. And I have to say that it was just pretty much like one of the worst relationship things that I've ever done, because it was basically like everyone else was in a relationship, so you know what, let's just go into a relationship. And like everyone, like, it was like like beginning of high school, and it was like, I don't know, I felt too young to be in a relationship, but everyone else was like, yeah, let's be in a relationship, fun stuff, guys, woo, boys. And I was just like, yeah, boys are cute and everything, but I'm just not ready for that. Like, aren't we a little bit young for this? But everyone was just like, yay. So I stood in like a relationship, and then I realized I just really didn't want to be in a relationship, and it was kind of like a smothering feeling, like, because I just didn't want to be in a relationship. So really, if you're saying that you're not ready, you can't stay in a relationship when you're not ready, because you're not really giving your full self to the person. And you can't just think about yourself. You have to realize that being in a relationship where you're not ready is kind of, I guess, in a way, giving your partner the short end of the stick, because you're not really committing to them. Not in the sense of cheating, because I'm not saying you're cheating. I'm just saying committing yourself to them, because, again, as you said that you have some issues that you need to clear up with yourself. So really, I think what you need is some time to yourself. As for the whole breaking up with him over text, I would suggest not to do that, just because that seems really insensitive. I understand that it's really, 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 really difficult to break up with someone over in person. Like, I can't even fathom doing that. But basically, if you can't break up with him on text, at least call him. I mean, like, I know that that's still impersonal to call him, but just breaking up with him over text, don't do that. It's just so, like, you're not even worth a phone call, basically, So I know that it's kind of like humiliating to kind of, hear his voice and hear the pause on the phone where it's like, If you can't do it in person, I would suggest to do it in person. But if you cannot do it in person, at least give him an actual phone call, and don't leave a voice message. If he doesn't answer, wait, just be like, we have to talk. So basically, just kind of be like, your dilemma. The best thing to do is to actually be truthful with him and just be like, you know what, I need some time to myself. I'm having issues with myself, and I feel that I can't commit to you fully. and I feel like that's not fair for you. So I think we should kind of just end this now and stay friends and blah de blah de blah blah. Now, you also said that you were wondering if you should wait for Christmas break. I mean, yeah, you could wait for Christmas break because that'll be a lot easier for you when it comes to seeing him. But then you also have to realize that eventually you will see him in class anyway. So does it really make that much of a difference? If it does to you, then go ahead and go with that decision. But you also have to realize that breaking up with him during Christmas break will kind of spoil his Christmas a little bit. So I guess outweigh the pros and cons of seeing him a week later as to ruining his Christmas. Really, it comes down to what you think is better with those pros and cons of potentially hurting his holiday break and not seeing him, because you're going to see him eventually anyway. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this advice video. I hope it helped. And if you have any advice questions, you can leave them in a comment on Twitter, or, well, you can't comment on Twitter, on Facebook or YouTube, or message me anywhere. I have Tumblr, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Yay! Okay, talk to you soon. Bye!